Men, let's talk about something most guys don't want to face. In today's dating world, women rarely come out and say, "Hey, I'm not into you." They don't want to look mean. They don't want the drama. And honestly, sometimes they don't want to cut the cord completely. Why? Because some women like to keep you around as a backup, just in case the guy they really want doesn't work out. It's harsh, but it's true. And here's the problem. Most men don't know how to read the signs. They mistake polite replies, delayed responses, or vague excuses as hope. They cling to that little bit of attention while their time, dignity, and energy slowly drain away. This video isn't for the man who wants to live in a fantasy. If you'd rather keep lying to yourself, go ahead and click out now. But if you want clarity, strength, and the mindset of a man who respects himself, then stay right here. Because I'm going to break down the real signs that show when a woman isn't interested, without her having to say it. And once you learn to see these signs, you'll never waste months or years chasing someone who already decided you're not her first choice. Remember what Marcus Aurelius said: "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." The same applies to dating. If her actions don't show interest, don't lie to yourself with hopeful words. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to Stoic 95 and hit the bell icon so you don't miss content that's designed to make men stronger mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Alright, let's get into it. 1. She makes time for everyone but you. One of the most obvious but often ignored signs that a woman is not truly interested in you is when she somehow has time for everyone and everything except you. Think about it. She manages to squeeze in late-night coffee with her girlfriends. She's down for spontaneous road trips with coworkers. She doesn't miss her favorite shows or social media scrolls. Yet the moment you ask to hang out, she suddenly becomes a master of excuses. You get the classic, "Maybe next week," or "I've just been so busy." And before you know it, months have passed and you're still waiting for her to magically clear her schedule. Here's the truth. Nobody is ever that busy. Life is about priorities. People naturally make time for what and who matters to them. If she truly valued you, she'd carve out a moment, even if it meant adjusting something else. She wouldn't treat seeing you as an inconvenience. She'd see it as something she looked forward to. This is why you can't fool yourself with her words. Look at her actions. She has no problem moving things around for friends, parties, or other guys. But for you, it's always pushed aside. That's not busyness. That's disinterest dressed up as politeness. I knew a man who lived in this trap. Every time I asked him why she kept blowing him off, he'd sigh and say, "She's just really busy right now. I know she'll come around." But the reality was staring him in the face. While he waited weeks for a chance to meet, her Instagram told a completely different story. Dinners, outings, vacations, and nights out. She had the time. She just didn't want to spend it with him. And instead of facing the truth, he clung to the excuse she handed him. Stop doing this to yourself. When a woman is genuinely interested, her effort shows. She'll get excited to see you. She'll rearrange her schedule. She'll make it obvious that you matter. But when she doesn't, her silence is the real message. Don't argue with it. Don't negotiate it. Respect it. As Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In plain English, be willing to walk away, even if she calls you arrogant, cold, or uncaring. Because the true strength of a man is choosing himself over anyone who refuses to choose him back. That's not weakness, that's power. 2. Her words and actions don't match. This one right here traps more men than almost anything else in dating. A woman might tell you, "I really like you. You're such a great guy." But her behavior says the exact opposite. She'll cancel plans at the last second. She'll take hours, sometimes days, to reply to your messages. She'll never put in any real effort to connect with you. Yet because her words sound so sweet, so hopeful, you cling to them as if they're proof she's actually invested. But brother, actions are the language of truth. Words are easy. Anyone can say, "I care," or "I want to see you again." But if her behavior doesn't line up, you must believe the behavior over the empty promises. I had a friend who went through this exact trap. The woman he liked would constantly tell him how amazing he was, how much she loved their conversations, and how excited she was to see him. But every time they scheduled something, she'd flake. A last-minute work thing, a family emergency, or "I'm just so exhausted tonight." Meanwhile, she was posting pictures on her social media at bars with friends, out at brunch, even out with other men. He saw the evidence, but he chose to ignore it because her kind words gave him just enough hope to stay hooked. That hope became his prison. It kept him chasing her, investing his time and energy into someone who had already made it clear through her actions that he was not a priority. Seneca once said, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." His point was simple: life already brings enough disappointment and pain. Why make it worse by lying to yourself? When you refuse to see the truth of her actions, you're the one adding to your own suffering. You're digging your own emotional hole. The strongest move you can make in this situation isn't to argue with her or demand clarity. It's not to beg for her time or try to prove your worth. The strongest move is to step back and accept reality as it is. Quietly exit with your dignity intact. No long speeches. No dramatic send-offs. Just the calm confidence of a man who refuses to waste his life on illusions. A man who respects himself enough to say, "Her actions tell me everything I need to know." 3. She puts in minimal effort. One of the most important truths you need to understand is this: when a woman is genuinely attracted to you, you won't have to second-guess it. You'll feel it in her effort. She'll put time into how she presents herself. She'll engage in conversations with real energy, and she'll carve out space in her life to see you, even if she's busy. When she's interested, she doesn't treat you like an option she remembers when she's bored. She treats you like someone she wants to connect with. But when she's not interested, all of that changes. The effort drops to nearly nothing. Her texts become one-word answers like "yeah" or "LOL." Replies take hours or even days. Plans suddenly come with excuses. She's too tired, too busy, or something came up again. She does the absolute bare minimum just to keep you around as a backup, but never enough to actually build momentum or move things forward. It's a classic pattern, and too many men fall into the trap of mistaking those crumbs for a meal. I once worked with a guy who was caught in this cycle for almost a year. He was completely locked on this one woman who barely gave him anything back. He'd send her long, thoughtful texts. He'd surprise her with little gifts. He'd constantly initiate plans. And you know what she would give him in return? A dry K, maybe a haha, or a vague promise to hang out sometime that never happened. Instead of realizing what was really going on, he convinced himself that if he just tried harder, if he just showed her more persistence, she'd eventually wake up and see his value. But the harder he tried, the less respect she had for him. His constant effort without her reciprocation told her one thing: she didn't need to invest at all to keep him hooked. Here's the reality: minimal effort is not an accident. It's not that she forgot or that she's just bad at texting. It's a conscious or subconscious choice. And that choice shows you exactly where you stand. If she wanted to connect with you, she would. Interest doesn't hide. It expresses itself through effort. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." And being a good man means respecting yourself enough to stop chasing crumbs. You don't reward laziness with maximum attention. You don't beg someone to care. You recognize the pattern, you accept the truth, and you walk away with your dignity intact. Because the man who chooses himself never loses. 4. She never initiates. This one right here separates fantasy from reality faster than anything else. If you stopped reaching out to her today, no texts, no calls, no memes, no good mornings, would the connection still exist? Or would it just quietly die off like it never mattered? That answer tells you everything you need to know about her level of investment. See, A woman who's genuinely interested doesn't just respond to you. She reaches out to you. She'll text first sometimes. She'll check in to see how your day is going. She'll send you a random song or a funny video because it reminded her of you. That's her way of saying, "You're on my mind and I want to connect." When she never initiates. When the conversation only lives because you keep breathing life into it. It's a loud, silent signal. She's perfectly fine without you. But here's where guys trip themselves up. They create excuses for her lack of effort. They'll say things like, "She's just shy," or "She's not really into texting," or "She's busy with school and work." Brother, let's be honest. Even the shyest woman will find a way to signal her interest to the man she truly wants. Maybe it's not a long text, but it's something. Maybe it's just a smiley face, a thinking of you, or her suggesting when she's free. Interest doesn't hide, it leaks out. And if it's not showing at all, that's your answer. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." That applies here. Stop carrying all the weight of communication. Stop acting like it's your duty to keep her entertained and connected. If she really wants to be part of your life, she'll meet you halfway. And if she doesn't, let her silence be your truth. Here's the test I recommend. Go quiet for a bit. Stop initiating and see what happens. If she misses you, she'll reach out. If she values you, she'll check in. If she doesn't, well, that silence is your answer. No speech, no confrontation, no drama needed. You just gained clarity without lifting a finger. A man who respects himself doesn't chase someone who won't take a single step toward him. He doesn't carry the full weight of a connection on his back. Remember this. If you have to be the one to always start, then she never really wanted to begin. 5. She's mentally somewhere else. Presence is everything. When a woman truly likes you, you'll feel it. Not just in what she says, but in how she shows up. Even if she's had a rough day or 1,000 things on her mind, she'll still lock in on you when you're together. Her eyes will stay on you. Her body language will lean in. She'll ask questions, laugh at your jokes, and make you feel like in that moment, you're the only person in the room. That's what genuine interest looks like, focused energy. But when she's not really into you, it shows in the opposite way. Her body might be there, sitting across the table, but her mind is somewhere else entirely. She's half scrolling through her phone, texting someone else, checking notifications, or looking around the room for distractions. She gives short answers, like she can't wait for the conversation to end. You can feel the difference. It's not that she's tired, it's that she's not invested. The mistake men make here is pretending not to notice. I've literally watched guys sit across from a woman who's barely paying attention. Her face lit up by her phone screen the entire date. And at the end, he still asks for a second date. That's not persistence, that's self-betrayal. You're telling yourself, maybe she's just stressed. Maybe she's just not a big talker. But deep down you know the truth. She's not present because she doesn't care enough to be. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." You can't force someone to be engaged with you. You can't control her focus or her attraction. What you can control is how you respond. And a man of value never competes with a smartphone for attention. He doesn't sit there quietly hoping her interest will magically appear if he tries harder. He recognizes the lack of presence for what it is, a clear sign of disinterest, and he makes his decision accordingly. Here's the bottom line. When a woman is genuinely drawn to you, the world disappears when she's with you. She's not worried about her phone. She's not distracted by background noise. She's tuned into you because she wants to be. If that energy isn't there, accept it. Don't make excuses for her. Presence is the ultimate proof of attraction, and if she's mentally somewhere else, it's because her heart is too. 6. She avoids alone time. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, she looks forward to those moments when it's just the two of you. Alone time is where real connections grow. It's where walls come down, inside jokes are born, and intimacy, both emotional and physical, naturally builds. Think about it. Anyone can hang out in a group, laugh at the surface-level conversations, and blend into the crowd. But it takes real interest for her to carve out quiet, personal space with you. When she's into you, she doesn't need the buffer of other people. She wants that focused energy, eye contact, and undivided attention. But when she's not feeling that way about you, she'll avoid one-on-one situations at all costs. She'll keep suggesting group hangouts, always pushing for a public place, or randomly inviting a friend along to plans you thought were just for you two. And it won't happen once or twice. It becomes a pattern. She's comfortable around you in a safe, social setting, but she doesn't want to risk intimacy because deep down, she knows she doesn't see you in that way. I had a friend who went through this exact thing. He kept asking this girl to have dinner with him. Just a simple, casual meal together. Every single time, she came up with an excuse. Work, errands, being too tired. Yet that same week, she was posting pictures of herself at group dinners, out at bars, and having time for everyone else. He convinced himself he was asking wrong, or that the timing just wasn't right. But the truth was simple. She didn't want that kind of personal connection with him. If she had, nothing would have stopped her. And this is where Stoic wisdom hits hard. Epictetus said, "If you wish to be a writer, write." In dating terms, if she wishes to be with you, she will be. There is no confusion, no endless excuses, no dodging of one-on-one moments. Avoidance of private time is polite rejection dressed up in social excuses. As a man, the worst thing you can do is take it personally and push harder. The masculine path is to accept what she's showing you. Don't chase, don't beg, don't argue. Respect yourself enough to see the truth. If she avoids alone time with you, she's telling you she doesn't want to deepen the bond. Accept it, walk away, and save your energy for someone who's excited to be in your presence. The final word. Men, here's the bottom line you need to carry with you. Women rarely reject you with direct words. Most of the time, the rejection comes silently through their actions. Minimal effort, no initiation, distracted presence, constant excuses to avoid alone time. These aren't isolated incidents. They're not random bad days. They're patterns, and patterns never lie. When a woman truly values you, her energy, time, and attention will prove it. If you don't see those things consistently, she's already giving you her answer. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If your thoughts are built on fantasies and excuses, you'll stay trapped in dead-end situations that drain your confidence and waste your years. But if you face reality with clear eyes, you'll protect your dignity and your masculine energy. Remember this, you are not here to convince anyone to recognize your worth. Your job is to live as a man of worth and allow those who see it to step forward. Epictetus taught that true freedom comes from letting go of what you can't control. Her feelings are beyond your control, but your decision to walk away when interest is absent, that is entirely yours. Choose self-respect. Guard your time. Live with quiet dignity. And if you're serious about building that mindset every day, make sure to subscribe to Stoic 95 and hit the bell icon so you never miss these lessons. Stay strong, brother.